the NFL draft just 3 days away at this point, things are heating up fast, and new rumors have come out from ESPN's Adam Schefter concerning what the Buffalo Bills might do at pick 30. We're going to get into Schefter's quote and dive into everything that's going down with Buffalo towards the back end of that first round. But first, make sure you go down below and send the good vibes to the Buffalo Bills. Every year, there's winners and losers of the NFL draft. If you want the Buffalo Bills to be a big-time winner this year, go down below and smash that thumbs up icon, like today's video, so we can get the good vibes rolling heading into Thursday's draft. All right, here's what Schefter had to say about a new Bills potential draft target at 30. He said, UCLA linebacker Carson Schwesinger, projected by many as a day 2 pick, has a chance to go in the end of round 1 to a team such as the Commanders at number 29 or the Bills at number 30 that might be looking for additional defensive help. And this is a name that we have not necessarily heard so far through the Bills pre-draft process and what we've been hearing about the guys they brought in on pre-draft visits. Schwesinger, not a name on that list at this point, but it's an intriguing prospect nonetheless. This is somebody who suffered an injury and didn't get to participate in many of the pre-draft processes, but did shine in a private workout in front of a ton of NFL scouts that has him rising up draft boards rapidly in the week leading up to the big day. This is what Justin Mello of the Draft Network had to say about that private workout and why Schwesinger is rising up boards. He said UCLA linebacker Schwesinger had a private workout for NFL teams earlier this week. It represented Schwesinger's only opportunity throughout the process to display his skill set for scouts after a minor injury prevented him from participating in the Senior Bowl and NFL Combine. Scouts left the workout impressed. Schwesinger ran the 3-cone in 7.05 seconds, the shuttle in 4.25 seconds, and broad jump 10'7" per scouts in attendance. All three results would have ranked second among linebackers at the NFL Combine. Schwesinger is an elite athlete at the position. That's something that, the Bills like to have at that off-ball linebacker spot, somebody who can be that elite athlete. Now, like I mentioned previously, had a little bit of a hamstring injury that he, had tweaked and missed the Senior Bowl and the NFL Combine because of it. So that is something to definitely monitor, as Buffalo does have a history of injuries in their linebacking core. But this is a uber athletic prospect that has a great knack for the football, a secure tackler, and somebody who graded out super highly across the board last year at UCLA. To be fair, only a 1-year starter, so the best of Schwesinger was only seen for a 12-game sample size, but man, he rocked it out there. Over an 80 overall PFF grade, a 90 pass rush. Now, that's not the situation that he's always going to be in, but when he is called upon to blitz and get to the quarterback, he has been uber effective. It's run defense grade of 74.7, way above average, and a coverage grade of 74.1. So this is more of a do-it-all type of off-ball backer that has had elite production in 2024. Now, like I said, he didn't have crazy opportunity in 2022 or 2023. Only a 1-year starter, but the production just cannot be understated. 2 picks last year, forced a fumble as well, was able to collect 136 tackles on the season. Only a 7.6 missed tackle rate, so one of the more secure tacklers in the entire class at that off-ball linebacker spot. Was able to garner 4 sacks, get to the quarterback and pressure him 18 times, and the PBUs and the interceptions while we shift towards how he is as a coverage back. Very solid. I mean, I know he used the passer rating of 100 there, but that's not too bad for a guy who's playing the will linebacker spot. In all honesty, yeah, he allows 3 touchdowns, but is able to kind of come back and get his hand on the football a couple times, turn the ball over in the pass game. So a multifaceted linebacker here that, let's be honest, could kind of fill the shoes that Matt Milano has left over the past couple of seasons, because he's only played in 9 games. With him entering a contract year, he is set to hit free agency in 2026. With this currently, as it stands right now, being one of Buffalo's deeper position groups, with Milano's future uncertain, kind of murky at this point, could it be worth investing in an off-ball linebacker early enough in the NFL draft if Buffalo is loving that selection and potentially what Schwesinger can offer for them? Because with Milano and Terrell Bernard, you have a great starting duo at that linebacker spot, and don't let the depth of this position go under the radar either, as Dorian Williams is a nice young player. Our guy, Buffalo Joe Andreessen, a guy who made the 53-man roster after being a rookie minicamp invite last year, not even a early undrafted free agent. So he's somebody who's making plays on special teams and has the ability to kind of climb up this depth chart as he gets more and more deep into his NFL career. But I like the athleticism that Schwesinger can provide. What do you guys think? Is he a viable option for the Bills at pick 30? Let me know down in the comment section by typing D for draft or P for pass on whether or not you guys are in on the athletic off-ball linebacker out of UCLA. All right, before we get into the rest of today's show, I want to kind of preface this with I don't know who the Bills are going to take at 30. Are they going to prioritize corner? Are they going to prioritize D tackle? Well, I've been perusing all the different media outlets out there, dropping their latest mock drafts and all that stuff, and I wanted to see where the experts thought that Buffalo was going to go at pick 30 on Thursday. So let's talk about who is being selected for the Bills around around the horn here. Dane Brugger of The Athletic and the Beast. Everybody loves his draft guide. It's awesome. He currently in his most recent mock draft has the Bills selecting Malachi Starks, the safety out of the University of Georgia. And this is a guy who's been a starter for multiple seasons now, is a leader, can slide right in to the Bills starting free safety spot. And a player who I'm never gonna shake my hand at a Georgia player, a defensive Georgia player being selected in the first round, especially all the way at pick 30. I mean, I've seen Malachi Starks go as high as in the mid-teens in this first round. So if he ends up sliding to Buffalo and maybe some of their second round cornerback targets or something like that, second round defensive tackle targets are still left on the board, it might not be worth passing up on a leader like Starks who could come in and start right away. Even plays a little bit of nickel as well. You can move him around the defense a ton. And then next up from Sports Illustrated, they got the Bills going with Kenneth Grant. Now, this is a name, the defensive tackle out of Michigan, who Bills fans have become very accustomed to seeing in various mock drafts around the internet. I mean, at the end of the day, he's what Buffalo needs. A one-technique, run-stopping player who can also provide a ton in the pass rush game as well. Had 3 sacks last year for Big Blue and was able to get behind the line of scrimmage and just use his big body, his 331-pound frame at 6'4", to just kind of muddy up the middle of that interior of the offensive line. Like I like Kenneth Grant a lot, but you got to think about, is he going to be there at 30? Is Walter Nolan going to be a player that you go after instead? What about Derek Harmon? Is he going to fall further than people think in this draft? The D tackle situation is very cloudy right now. I have no idea what order they're going to go in. I have no idea. Kenneth Grant could fall all the way into the second round, but I would not be mad at all if Buffalo took him at 30 overall. What about CBS Sports? They have Maxwell Harrison, the Combine's darling out of Kentucky at the cornerback spot, heading to Buffalo in their latest mock. And Harrison, he missed a little bit of time last year, only played 7 games for the Wildcats, so another corner who Buffalo might be wary about when you think about the injury history they've had at that position group before. Harrison also more of a man-to-man corner, but you can't deny the traits that he has athletically to be able to translate to the NFL. Ran the fastest 40-yard dash at the Combine with a 4.28, has shown the ability to be a stick on any receiver that's running down the boundary in the SEC. So I'd be in on Harrison too. I have Trey Amos ranked above him at this point from my cornerback rankings, but I wouldn't be mad if, say Amos off the board, or, at the end of the day, if Buffalo likes Harrison a whole lot better, that they end up going and selecting this Kentucky Wildcat. What about what PFF has? Trey Amos, my guy at that cornerback spot, the textbook zone corner that Buffalo is going to be looking for that can start day one on the boundary out of Ole Miss. And he was a stud last year when he got the big opportunity, led the SEC in PBUs in 2024. And this is a player who tried to get his big break at Alabama in 2023, didn't see a ton of time. Next thing you know, Nick Saban retires and he takes his talents to Oxford, Mississippi and completely balls out. This is a guy who's gotten better in every place that he has been. Started his career at Louisiana Lafayette, then ends up going to Bama, and then takes his game to a whole new level in his final season and has himself positioned as a potential late or early second round draft selection, late first or early second. I would be ecstatic if Buffalo got him at 30 because I think he would start day one. And then last but not least, a little bit of a bonus opportunity right here. NFL.com's most latest mock draft has the Bills trading up to 24 to select Marshall edge Mike Green. And this is a player who really transformed that Marshall defense last year. I mean, he had led the nation in sacks with 17 and has shown the ability to be an uber athletic edge rusher who has good bend, good speed, can get to the quarterback in seconds, and has the ability to turn the ball over as well, has a nose for the football, forcing 3 fumbles back in 2024. He has all the intangibles to be a leader of the defense because that's what he was in the Sun Belt last year. Marshall was not a good defense back in 2023. Next thing you know, Mike Green has the type of season that he has and totally transforms things. You can never have too many edge rushers, and this is also a player that a lot of people are mocking in the early teens of this draft. If he ends up falling to 24, who's to say Buffalo can't move up with Minnesota? They're at that 24th spot. Go up and select their edge rusher of the future opposite Greg Rousseau. But as of what we've heard from these most recent mock drafts, who would you select? Who would you most want on the Buffalo Bills at pick 30 if all 5 of these names were available? And if you want Mike Green more than all these guys, let me know if you would trade up for him down in the comments section. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. With only 3 days to go before the NFL draft, we will keep you locked in with the latest Bills news and rumors heading into the draft. And for every selection they make, you know we'll be bringing you a video right here on the Bills Breakdown. So lock us in as #1 spot for Bills content on YouTube. We'll see you guys all in the next one. And as always, go Bills.